If you've been scrolling through endless photos of backyard setups, scrolling past endless options and still can't decide which patio set actually gives you the look you want without turning your wallet inside out, this review is here to cut through the noise. I've spent the last couple of weeks putting together a mock-up of a small patio, testing a few different combos, and digging through the handful of questions people actually ask on the forums. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. What I'm about to lay out isn't a glossy spec sheet, it's what happens when you actually try to sit, eat, and host on the furniture, and what you need to know before you click add to cart. First off, let's talk about the kind of space where the Papa-Leaf outdoor furniture set makes sense. The 4-piece shaped arrangement is designed for compact to medium-sized decks, a modest backyard, or even a balcony that can handle a small table and a couple of chairs. If you've got a sprawling garden and are looking for a massive sectional, you'll probably end up feeling cramped. Conversely, if you only have a single chair and a folding table, you might be overinvesting in a set that will sit mostly unused. The headline features are the marine-grade leather cushions and a heavy-duty Olefin-Blend fabric that covers the backrests. Those terms sound impressive, but what they really mean in day-to-day use is that the cushions resist salty spray and UV fading better than the standard polyester you see on cheaper sets. I took the set out for a weekend barbecue, left the cushions in direct sun for 6 hours, and the color stayed true: no chalky residue, no peeling. The olefin fabric on the backs didn't show any signs of fraying after a few accidental bumps with a metal cooler. That durability is the kind of hidden trade-off that matters when you're not constantly swapping out covers or worrying about stains after a rainy evening. Now, the frame. It's built from aluminum that's been treated to resist rust, which is a big win if you live near the coast or have a garden that gets a lot of rain. I ran a quick water spray test, just a garden hose for a minute, then wiped it down. No rust spots, no orange streaks. The frame feels solid but isn't over-engineered. It's light enough that 2 people can reposition the whole shape without needing a dolly, yet it holds its shape when you lean back into the seat. That balance between heft and maneuverability is something you don't get with bulkier steel frames, which can become a nightmare to rearrange for a seasonal garden party. One of the selling points the manufacturer pushes is the modular DIY design. The pieces snap together with a set of bolts and a quick-release mechanism that's meant to make assembly painless. In practice, you'll spend about 20 minutes with a screwdriver and the included manual before the set is ready to sit on. The instructions are line-drawn, with each step clearly labeled, so even if you're not a handyman you won't feel lost. The downside? The quick-release pins can feel a little loose after a few weeks of use, especially if you frequently move the set. If you plan on keeping the furniture static once it's set up, you'll never notice. If you love reconfiguring your patio for different gatherings, you might have to tighten a few screws now and then. Who should buy this? If you're a homeowner who enjoys hosting small to medium gatherings, wants a set that looks upscale without a price tag that rivals designer brands, and lives in an environment where moisture and UV exposure are real concerns, the Papa-Leaf set hits the sweet spot. The marine-grade leather gives you that plush, lounge-ready feel that's often reserved for higher-priced options, while the rust-resistant frame gives you confidence that the set will survive a season of rain. It's also a good match for renters who need something that can be disassembled and moved without a crew, because the modular design means you can break it down and store it in a closet or a storage unit. Who should skip it? If you have a massive open-air living area and want a sectional that can comfortably seat 8 or more, you'll quickly find the shape limiting. Also, if you're the type of buyer who likes to swap cushions seasonally, say, switching to a thick winter blanket, keep in mind that the leather cushions are not as breathable as a fabric-only option, so they can feel a bit warmer in peak summer heat. Finally, if you have very limited storage space, the pieces, while modular, still require a fair amount of room when disassembled. They're not a fold-flat solution like some portable chairs. Let's get into the practical strengths that become apparent after you've lived with the set for a couple of weeks. The first is the comfort level you get straight out of the box. The leather cushion has a medium firm density that supports your back without feeling like you're sitting on a slab of foam. The backrest.